What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I'm here today to do another video in my best of 2012 related stuff, and this time I'm going to be focusing on the EPs, splits, and demos that have been released this year. Now, there was quite a ton of each release this year, so honestly, I can't really fit in or talk about every single split, EP, and demo that was released this year. But there are some that came out that really just grabbed me by the throat and never let me go. And these are some EP, demo, and split titles I definitely think you should check out. I'm going to get started with the EPs first. There were quite a couple of EPs that stood out to me the most, and you'll notice throughout this list there's going to be a lot of local love, because there's some great bands from Texas on here too to check out. So the first EP I'm going to talk about is the first release from Imperial Massacre entitled Dawn of Suffering. This was released through the Dread Lair, and if you haven't heard Imperial Massacre, they play a very old school style of death metal, but yet it has such a flair of modern brutality added to it as well. I mean, just the way this release sounds, it just sounds amazing, from the way the drums are, to the way the vocals and lyrics are delivered, to the way the riffs sound, to the bass work. It's an all-around impressive piece of work. And if you're a fan of Texas death metal, or just straight-up old-school death metal, this is definitely a band to check out. I mean, songs like Forces of Tormented Redemption, Tainted Viaticum, those are some absolutely crushing songs. Definitely support Imperial Massacre. They are going to get better and better as time goes by. Next on my EP list is the latest release from Death of Self entitled Mental Disintegration. From what I understand, this is the final release that this band is putting out. They're not going to be making anything else after this, apparently, which is unfortunate, but regardless, I still think this is absolutely crucial grindcore and some of the very best grindcore to have been released this year. I mean, the frontman from Clinging to the Trees of a Forest Fire is just an absolute maniac when it comes to the vocals. Just his delivery, his high-pitched screams, his low guttural growls, he has it all. And not to mention the way he delivers the riffs, it's just absolutely sick. Great guitar work, fast blast beats, a lot of great solid grinding moments on this EP. And not to mention the fact that this is self-released, just the artwork, some of the designs on here, it just is really awesome. One of the best 7-inch EPs to come out this year. It's definitely amazing. Now we move on to the splits. There's quite a few of them, but there are 3 of them that came to mind for me this year. First on my list is the split between Adversarial and Antediluvian on Nuclear War Now. To me, that's pretty much the absolute best death metal split I've heard this year, besides the Diocletian and Wergoat split that was just recently released on Dark Descent. Oh my god. It's proof enough that blackened death metal from Canada is absolutely amazing, and with the 6 songs that are on this split, it pretty much showcases their best material yet. Adversarial delivers some of their best work yet, and it's only making me anxious for their next full length on Dark Descent. It's going to be absolutely amazing, and I'm hoping they continue the same kind of sound and direction that they took on those 3 songs on the split. Antediluvian, just as dark, brooding, and just disgusting. It's just amazing the kind of music that they make. It's absolutely brutal and crushing. Definitely some of the best blackened death metal you'll hear this year. I'm hopeful. I want to say this did come out this year. Pretty much losing my mind about this one, but I'll just mention it for the hell of it. This is the Priapus Old Painless split. This is pretty much one of the best grindcore splits to have been released this year. Pretty much 2 great North Carolina grindcore bands. One has more of a straight-up traditional grindcore style. I think that's Old Painless. And Priapus, on the other hand, have an absolutely death grind, nasty kind of mentality. Just the songs that they deliver on their side of the split is just absolutely amazing. But overall, every single song that's on this split is just fantastic. Definitely support Priapus and Old Painless. Some great stuff. And the last split on this video that I'm going to talk about is something that I just recently reviewed. This came out on both CD and tape. You should pick up both. And I'm talking about Alchemical Manifestations. This is the split between Plutonian Shore and A Transylvanian Funeral. Both of these bands play very distinct and unique styles of black metal. Plutonian Shore having a more atmospheric, almost melodic sense of black metal. I don't want to say melodic, but just the way some of the riffs and the keyboards that are included really enhances the atmosphere of their music, and even some of the live stuff and the Rotting Christ cover is really amazing. And the newer songs that are on here are sick. And same can be said for A Transylvanian Funeral. Just dark, chaotic, traditional black metal, very old school sounding. I absolutely love what this guy does on these songs, and it's a really awesome piece of black metal. Definitely support both these projects. Now we get to the demos. I don't really talk about demos much on this channel, mainly because I feel a demo doesn't truly, to me at least, it doesn't represent the finished product. I want to listen to the finished product as opposed to something that's pre-released or pre-production or whatever you want to call it. But I want to give some love to some bands that really have delivered some amazing demo work this year. First on my demos is Maggots with Parasitic Incineration. Good God Almighty. For a trio, they pump out some of the heaviest tech death probably this side of Origin. If you're a fan of Origin or Skinless or pretty much any kind of brutal death metal with a technical prowess, this is the band to check out. Some of the riffs are amazing, the bass work is nasty, great drums, and some of the most inhuman guttural vocals I've ever heard. Oh my god, just amazing vocals, and they are going to come out with a full length on Severed, I want to say towards January. Hopefully I can get my hands on that and hear that. It's going to be amazing. Another demo to talk about is some more local love, and that is the Flesh Hoarder Infatuation with Menstruation demo. Now this was made with only a few copies in mind. Special shout out to Nick from Flesh Hoarder for hooking me up with this. And this is some awesome, awesome lo-fi brutal death metal featuring members from bands like Eviscerated, Disfigured, Engaged in Mutilating. Some great Texas death metal coming together to deliver some really nasty, brutal stuff. And this band just got signed to Comatose Music, so they're going to come out with a full length, hopefully in 2013. It's going to be really sick, so support Flesh Hoarder. Next on the demo list is the debut demo from Lawless, entitled Night of the Wolf. This is released on Blood Divine. If you're a fan of the band Acephalix, most of the members of the band comprise this band, and they play a very raw, gritty, old-school style of death metal, almost crusty in a way, but yet they deliver a lot of goods here with this demo. Really nasty vocals, great guitar work, good solid pacing on the songs, and yeah, if you're a fan of Autopsy or old school death metal, definitely check out Lawless. This is some amazing stuff. Next is a demo that I most recently talked about in my 10 most anticipated releases. It was the first one I talked about, and I've now obtained it. This is the Jehovah Denied demo by Imprecation. This was originally on CD, but it got pressed for tape through Unholy Domain. This is number 78 out of 100. Nice Red Pro tape. Some of these songs might appear on the new album, but I really, really love what this demo delivers. I mean, songs like Chapel of Rotting Flesh, Storm of the Cloven Hoof, just absolutely destructive, amazing underground Texas black and death metal. It's just amazing what this band has done, and some of the great music they've put out over the years really showcases how great of a band Imprecation are, and I'm really looking forward to their full length on Dark Descent. And the last demo that I'm going to be talking about is pretty much, honestly, my favorite demo of all of this year, period, trumping anything else in my view. And I'm talking about the 2012 demo from the band Kathylist. If you're not too familiar with Kathylist, it's basically two people based out of Canada, and they play a very H.P. Lovecraft-inspired style of death metal. Very technical, very blackened, very crushing, great, amazing lyrical content. Very much Time Ghoul and Demolic worship. From the way the vocals are delivered to the way the drums are, the guitar riffs. It's just absolutely crystal clear. It's an amazing demo, and it needs to be heard regardless. I know that some of these songs are going to be redone for their official full length, and I can only imagine how it's going to sound when it's done professionally. This is a great, great band, and definitely a look into the future of death metal from not only death metal from Canada, but death metal in general. Kathylist are a band that need to be heard. So I'm going to leave links in the description box to pretty much whatever I can find of these bands. Definitely support them, support what they got going, and I'm looking forward to what 2013 holds as far as EP splits and demos are concerned. Next video I'm going to do is going to be the kickoff of my official top 20 metal albums of this year. So thanks a lot for watching, thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Armijo out.